Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to IXION episode 13. Although, it is episode 13, some stuff has changed, because I decided to restart the chapter and give myself a much better position to work from forwards. So, what has happened is that I did not actually go to Croc P42 with the colonists. I'm still working on the reactor wreckage, and on the Tycoon I have done a lot of work. So what have I done on the Tycoon? Well, I have not opened Sector 5, I think it was, in the previous episodes. That means that the housing complex in Sector 5 no longer exists, but that exists in Sector 3. This sector has also benefited from an upgrade to housing, and now have the Demotic Quarter. And I do believe that if you get enough of these, you'll eventually get more stability. The optimized quarters give you +2 stability. I wouldn't be surprised if the Demotic quarters give you +3 eventually. Now, beyond that, this sector is very much geared towards non-workers and making sure that they have something to do. If, well, the workers, that is. I have a nuclear power plant, and with this I can generate quite a bunch of power. For 3 hydrogen per cycle, I can get 75 power, which, if I need more, let's say, overflow power, this is going to be the way to do it. It also means I have a bigger point of failure, because with this thing running, and with this thing potentially breaking down, I might instantly drop 75 points of power, which could be an issue, but right now, I have a bit of leeway. All the sectors have been provided with batteries. I have a couple of tier 2s in Sector 3. I have a tier 3 in Sector 2. This thing charges for 840 power. And between all of these batteries, I'm able to provide enough charge to the ship to keep her going, so to not have any instances of issues, as long as I have a shorter travel time than about 5 cycles. Also, upgraded the EKP engine and the Tycoon hull, so that moving is not going to cost me as much. Upgrade the TAC lab with everything, and with this, and especially, which one was it? Computing optimization. I get 5 science every 3 cycles. So I've done quite a lot of work. It's now time to complete the reactor wreckage thing. And that, I believe, will forward the weather. There we go. I'm going to pull the fleet back in. The mining ships are already in. We're just mopping up some carbon, but I'm going to cancel that. And we're just going to make our way to another part of the sector. Although, well, actually, I wasn't expecting to be able to go here. Let's do P38, because I haven't seen that one before, I think. When it comes to resources, I have a lot of carbon that I'm still turning into additional polymers. I have no silicon left. I have used quite a lot of silicon in order to build the batteries and make sure that people are living in those more advanced quarters. I still have some iron left, and overall I think we're doing quite well. Something that I am keeping a very close eye on is the amount of ice that I have. If ice runs out, and for now it's about to. If ice runs out, my water is going to go down, and that means my food supply is going to go down. And food, with my new crew of 1836, well, that's a lot of mouths to feed. So I'm trying to keep a really close eye on my food, and I think I might need to do some upgrading here and there. There is still 100 food here, there's 100 food there, so ideally we have plenty of food. The real thing is just getting the food into the storage fast enough, and then from there elsewhere. So I believe my next research should be the drone bay, to very quickly start shipping resources, especially food, from one sector to the next. Now let's have a look at P38. This was the acidic ocean, and let's just ignore this and go for the signal location. As for the rest, the production here still has 145 cryopods. I can pick those up. I'm just not yet going to make those people part of my crew. I still have 111, but in order to complete the Arc of Humanity, I need 2,000 cryopods awakened. So that means Sector 3 is nowhere near its final form. This is going to have to house a lot more people. It's going to be really, really, really crowded in this sector. I did pick up another permanent -1. I had 200 crew members die total, but I'm kind of counterbalancing that with having the Alternative Life Center, keeping my hull integrity up, having a dog that I picked up in one of the previous quests. And of course, the -1 from floating corpses is also ideally a temporary thing, but it's not really something I can control right now. So we're just going to have to go with that as long as it takes. I would love to go here with a probe. The problem is the probe can't quite get there without getting blown up because of the weather. So I'm going to keep my probes indoors for now and make sure that they still have a little bit of time. We're first going to go through it and then we're going to start scanning there. Look at that. The Rats team has surveyed telluric formations present on P38 and collected samples of the acidic ocean. Some samples were taken within the vicinity of the signal. Analysis of these reveals the presence of organic chemical compounds. The team attempted to date the samples and results returned a 30-year age estimation. Okay, we're going to leave this place. All the more because I am experiencing some god-awful weather. And I think it is time to return to the Tycoon. Especially with the rest of the ships. The cargo ships need to get their ass indoors. There goes the rat. Come on, get in here. There we go. Okay, everybody's in. I should be fine for this next part of the journey. Just to be sure, I'm going to save this. And make sure that I have something to fall back to if this does end up failing. So, I have enough juice. I have enough speed. Let's get a move on. This is what I was working towards. And it was actually quite a lot of playtime. I think I spent 3 hours or so just making sure that I had all the stuff that I need. Look at that. We're not losing hull integrity. That is impressive. We're not losing trust. We are going to lose some hull integrity from the weather in general. And of course, we're going to be depleting our batteries. But this travel time isn't that long. Especially with the upgrades to the EKP engine. And with the improved hull. The hull plating. Now, let's prepare for further science missions. I am a bit saddened by the loss of the rat. But such is life. We're going to have to just get... Oop, that ain't good. We're just going to have to get a new rat. We're going to have to get a new pet, I suppose. Let's go with a new science ship. And let's go with a new mining ship. So, how bad's the damage? Well, we're about half hull. It's not that bad. And we're out of the weather. So now I can start launching probes again. Holy crap, there's a lot of resources here. Tons and tons of ice. Let's go. Send the probe. Oh crap, I didn't pick up any of the science there. Oh, my bad. That's 97 science I should have had. I'm not sure if this weather transfers back in a little bit. We're just gonna have to kind of wait for it. Oh, the professor. Shit. The professor science ship is still out there as well. Oh boy. Is there anything I can do to help the science ship? EKP is 10%. Oh, this is quite nice. I should have grabbed this early on. 10%, 15% even. They move faster. It's like they cannot be made tougher. I mean, you can repatriate them, so if the crew dies, you can get them back. But it's not like with the other ships, you can get an upgrade where they're more durable. So that's unfortunate. Okay, let's send out the mining ships. Let's send out everything that we are currently not using. So this is the mining ships. I'm going to set this to avoid. And, well, Professor, it's going to be a dangerous journey. And I hope... I hope you'll survive. I guess you won't. Well, that was fun. Is that the new science ship? Yes, we got a new science ship. The Calypso's out here. Let's go to the medical district wreckage and see what is out there. Also, I am very interested to see what other resources I can gather. This looks like a fairly promising spot. So let's scan that. Oh, 97 science looks so alluring over there. I'm also very interested in gaining additional sources of silicon. Because 7 electronics might look like it's pretty decent, but it goes pretty quick. I need more. So, preliminary analysis suggests that this section of the Etamananki's wreckage contains the remains of a medical care district. We're going to pick up a ton of cryopods, aren't we? We've arrived at the site. We estimate that 2/3 of the district is missing. Remnants of cooling pipes have generated a haze that hangs about the debris and hides the floating corpses of the Etamananki crew. We have identified 2 viable areas of investigation: the ruins of a research facility and the areas devoted to medical care. I much prefer research at the moment. Now, seeing as I also lost my other science ship, and I think that thing lived here, let's go get another science ship, because there's probably plenty of sciencing to be done. The research is progressing nicely, and we have a cargo ship that's currently not doing much of anything, because I had one that was destroyed, I think.
A probe has completed its scan.
That's quite appealing. Look at the amount of resources here. Let's keep scanning. There's probably more out here than is currently meeting the eye. Yep, science here. Lots of science. Let's go. Mining ships, cargo ships, working together, getting all the gear that I want. Do I have a priority for you? You're picking up ice. Let's get you to pick up iron, mostly. Silicon second. I think that's the priority. We're gonna swap these around. I need more silicon than I need carbon at this point, so let's prioritize that. And let's see what we can glean from the medical district. Crop farms are malfunctioning. We're still kind of positive on food, so that's good. Okay. The facility has been constructed for more resilient materials and alloys than other parts of the ship. Most of its outer structure remains. A lot of the internal hardware does seem to have been laser cut and ripped out. Our team was able to extract some information from the few remaining data consoles. A sealed stasis box was discovered containing what can only be described as a test subject. Having reviewed associated research reports, the team believed that the experiment used Ashtingite technology and genetic material taken from shard leaves. Subject ZY6073, as named on the outside of the stasis box, appears to be alive, but dormant. What are we going to do with this guy? I can bring him back for further study, or I can just investigate the medical district first. Let's go for the medical district first. Perhaps we can still have a chat with that guy after. I'm not really making that a massive priority. Anything here? Yes! Another planet. Kruk P38. Keep tossing out these probes. Holy shit. Look at this. Where's the highest combination? This is pretty promising. I'm probably going to need another dock. The real question is, can I still fit one? Oh, never mind. I still have one in Sector 6 that I'm not actively using. I think currently I'm mining stuff potentially faster than I can pick it up. Yeah, let's tell you to go for carbon. Hydrogen second, you're hydrogen first and carbon second. Very good. Oh, Sector 3 is a bit unhappy. They're not getting fed again. Why, people? See, this is when food's becoming an issue. There is food. It's just the challenge is getting it to them. And if this persists for too long, we're gonna have a lot of starving people. And starving people generally cause a lot of issues. Let's pump out more food production and put the drone thing on hold. I'm a bit concerned about that. We're going to send the Heisenberg here to the destroyed docking bay. Okay, vacuum up this first. We are kind of positive, but not that much. I would like a few hundreds more food stored, if at all viable. Yeah, here we go. Strikes. I do have the alternative life center, and I can boost that for another +1. But it doesn't offset the problem with the food. At least this is going to go pretty quick. This also has an upgrade, but it's only supporting an additional plantation, and the same there. That does generate additional food, but it doesn't take the same amount of room and turn it into more. So let's go for another intelligent design here. And I also have the building that is the mushroom wall. I just have no idea where to put that. This thing takes waste and turns it into food with a specifically designed fungus. Alright, what's happening in the medical district? The district is in ruins. The Calypso's team had to stop several times during their investigation to clear away debris. Violent clashes appear to have taken place across the district. It seems that even before the attack, the medical capacity of the Etamananki was oversubscribed. Recovered data suggest that congestion within the ship's care centers worsened over time. The team was able to recover a number of intact emergency cryopods. So yeah, more cryopods. Let's bring this guy aboard. I'm not sure if I'm going to regret that later, we'll just have to look. In the meanwhile, let's check out the docking bay. The information we found in the Etamananki's command center has allowed us to locate its docking bay. We've arrived at the site. This part of the Etamananki is a real piece of Swiss cheese. Paradoxically, there's little debris surrounding it. After a rapid survey, we've identified 2 areas of interest. A still intact docking port and a communications area. I want to dock first and see what we can find. Go for resources. In the meanwhile, keep probing the area. A good source of silicon is something I am interested in. Silicon, ice, yeah, I'll take that. How much silicon is there to mine? Okay, we got 1 primary silicon, we're going to get 1 primary carbon. Secondary ice. Plenty of stuff to get. And you, my friend, you're going to get 4 life pods. That's the plan. Do I still have room for another ship? Or am I full? Full, 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 full. No. Get another mining ship. More, more, more. Okay, the medical district's almost done. Bring that dude aboard. Get the science first. I want to see if this whole weather event's going to phase back. If it does, I'm going to be a bit more hesitant about picking up science events. Oh shit. Showing no signs of lethargy, ZY6073 leapt into the team as they opened the stasis box. Following a drop in comms connection, the team's vital signs began to change. Reviewing mission data, Eden postulates a form of assimilation has taken place. ZY6073 appears to have put on one of the team's suits and boarded the Calypso. Inputted flight paths suggest a planned return to the Tycoon. All crew members from the ship were killed. And we got incoming. This is not coming home. That is not... Oh, yep, it's facing north. Okay. Northeast, if you will. That is not coming home, so we need another science ship. Oh, happy day. Thankfully, I have tons and tons of carbon, so it's not that much of an issue. It's just that constantly losing crew tends to be somewhat bad for morale. Destroyed docking bay. This is the Heisenberg team. We're stationed by the docking port. It has accumulated a huge mass of debris at the bottom of it. Broken vessels, corpses, damaged cryopods, all have been frozen into a horrible amalgam. Ships have entered the port too quickly, crashing inside while attempting to flee. The docking bay came under heavy projectile fire, which tore open the hull and breached the protective plating of the Etamananki. We've discovered an intact, unexploded BMS missile embedded in the wreckage. Ooh, we found a live one. We should investigate this further. Yeah, on your head be it. First get the science, then get everything else. In that order. How are we doing for food? We're still not good for food. Not good enough, anyway. I have intelligent design, so we're upgrading by 20%. I can upgrade by 30. Let's go for that. And I can upgrade by 40 eventually. Now, the whole organizational system of this sector is a bit of a mess. I don't really like the way that it looks. I don't really like the way that I have this laid out. Oh. What? Was there Hermes? Oh, you're going to go... No, you're not. No, you're not. The Hermes was one of my longer serving science ships. That's unfortunate. I think the Hermes was here. Yeah. Go for cargo. And that new ship. The Schwarzenegger? Okay. Secondary on carbon, secondary on silicon. We are getting some silicon, but not enough. We have one on primary silicon, that's the deltoid. So I suppose it is mining. Are we also picking it up? Yeah, the Pandora is. Alright, excellent. So, we found a live bomb. Or a live rocket missile lodged in the docking bay. What are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that docking bay missile? Initiate a controlled detonation. That sounds like a bad idea. I can defuse it. Bring it safely back to the Heisenberg Finalysis. I can transport it. Bring it back to the Tycoon. Hell no. Are you insane? We're going to try and defuse that thing. I wouldn't at all be surprised if we're going to have another science ship go down. Because it's going to be risky to dismantle a torpedo. I'm not really that enthusiastic about our odds. Alright, how are we doing? Silicon's okay, we got tons and tons and tons of carbon. I can't quite store. We're still looking at Sector 3 with some food issues. You're gonna get that upgrade. Yeah, let's boost it by another 10%. So we're now getting quite a lot of food out of these things. The only other thing that I can upgrade is knee-high crop protocol, which will give me more waste. I don't really see how that's going to be too useful. As for this docking bay, I might need to remove it. And if I can place that docking bay here, I doubt that will fit. But if I can, that'd be great. No, it's... yeah. It's one line too big. Crap. There's not really anything I can move. No. I want to try and get the additional food bonus on this sector. Policies. This is a tier 1 sector. Sector 6 is a space tier 2, which also means that I'm assembling ships and drones, or ships and probes faster, hull repairs more efficient. The thing is, I would love to get that bonus for this sector, I just don't exactly know how to. I could build a couple of crop farms, or sorry, a couple of insect farms, but they're not that efficient. I mean, it's one food in one cycle. This thing, up to 9 crop fields, like one of these, it generates a lot more food. It's 14 per cycle. So that makes these insects definitely not that appealing. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get you guys the food that you need. Just give me a minute, alright? We're boosting these things as quickly as we can.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Overworked as well? Really? How many people do I need here then? Because I don't think that I have that much that actually needs workers. 162 out of 131. Okay, I see your issue. It's just that I don't have enough workers anywhere. Uh-oh. News that the Calypso's loss has spread throughout the station. Our exploration teams have a reputation of not being... Okay, so that's going to be fun. This is going to cut into my reputation more. Anything I can do to upgrade this? No, I don't care about that. I don't care about that either. This is costing me the most. And the cause for that is a lack of food. And it's going to... oh, if you're putting a strike on the food, that's probably not going to help. Okay, pause the game for a second. This docking bay, the Wallow and the Whale, they're no longer bringing in iron. Because I haven't ordered them to do that. The wallow and the whale, no. You're only bringing in ice. You're not bringing in or out colonists. It's all done. So that means this one I can just remove. Cryopods I can remove. Over here we got a food storage. We got a carbon storage, which is a bit of an overflow. Because it's basically coming out of this sector. This is where I store all the carbon. Or should be storing all the carbon. How much room do I have here? Not enough. I'm trying to see if I can destroy some habitat buildings. And store more food. Store more carbon here. Not exactly. That's the problem. Not exactly. I could go for upgrading some of these quarters, because then I can go from 40 to 70 for the same amount of slots. It's just going to take me, I think, a bit more. Yeah, like 80. So it's double the alloys, which I have tons and tons of, and 1 electronics, which I don't care about. That'll be fine. That would allow me to remove this carbon storage. Move that elsewhere. I'm not even sure why this is out of power. Must have turned it off for some reason. Probably because I wasn't actually using it. Or because I needed more power. This one is another optimized quarter. If I swap to a demotics quarter and put that over there, that'll allow me some room to house more people. Just getting there is going to be the challenge. Oh, I could actually just demolish both of these. And make sure that this becomes another either storage or housing. There we go, that's one. Demolish that. Go on. There. Okay, so this... Yeah, it's actually more room that I need. Ice. Ice needs to be stored, yes. Food needs to be stored, yes. The whole sector's a mess. This is one of my least organized sectors, I think. Especially with all those farm fields. I mean, this one's good. This one's because I'm losing space there. It's kind of tricky. I could put another dock here. And with the dock on this side, I might be able to bring in ice to here. Ship the ice there. And then use these things to turn the ice into usable water. We do have ice on board, so it's currently fine. And then this room can be used to house another farm. Either crop farm or algae farm. Either works. Is it possible just to set up another stockpile for now? Just so I can have a couple of additional transport vehicles. You're gonna get food. Because there is food. There's 90 there, there's 90 there. There's 50 there. I think we're just not picking it up fast enough. So hopefully with the additional stockpile and the additional transporters coming out of the stockpile, we're actually going to do that. Because that means that these buildings are going to be connected. And that should mean we're also going to start supplying these sectors with food again. That's the plan anyway. And I understand Sector 3 is really pissed off because they're not getting fed. It's not by a little, it's by a lot. 79 food is required to feed all of these people. We're giving them about half. So yeah, I can see the frustration. There we go. Now they're shipping it to this storage bay as well. And we're shipping it to this storage bay. We're still half. And we're just about to hit the next cycle. Oh, there's 50?
The crew's trust in your leadership is...
Yeah, I know. The crew's trust is a bit of an issue. I do believe I can fix this. It's just going to take a little bit of time. You're going to go for silicon. You're going to go for ice second and iron second as well. Anything interesting happening here? Destroyed docking bay. We've managed to defuse the missile. The technology contained within is not only more advanced than that aboard the Tycoon, or even the Atamananki, but it is a structure and logic belonging to a completely different scientific paradigm. Okay. We've transmitted the data and schematics to the Tycoon Tech Lab for further analysis. New event, I missile you. So I can research that. And I still have 1500 cryopods to dethaw. Bloody hell. At this rate, I'm definitely going to need either a much larger food sector, or just expand this whole food sector.
A ship has been destroyed by a space weather event.
Why are you out there? One of them is definitely trying to pick up something where it doesn't belong. Avoid. Because there's no weather events here. Yeah. Okay, launch probe. There's a ton of silicon here. Let's go and get that. And is it possible at all to set another couple of population things here? No, I'm short one block. Ah. Well, at least here it fits. But if I do that, then I cannot put that additional field there. No, I do want that. Oh, I need controlled symbiosis. You need an upgrade from the algae farm? And one from the fusion station. Lovely. Yeah, go. At least we're getting more food. 40, 16. Did we get the drone thing finished? No, not yet. Almost. Almost. There's still 15 science out there. The scope. Go to the habitation sector wreckage. We might be able to find something over there. Science events. Yes. Yes, there. Off you go. Go find me some more science. There we go. Now we have enough. So that should mitigate our negative on trusts and keep the crew happy. Excellent. Okay. First we're going to vacuum up this science. We're going to make sure that that science thing is done. And we're going to continue working on the drone bay. Off you go. Okay. The habitation sector. Our sensors have identified a section of the Atamananki drifting in the Crux system. Initial readings indicate that a large amount of floating debris is present in the area. We've also detected heat signatures, electromagnetic emissions, and a weak radio signal deep within the wreckage. We're currently unable to decrypt the signal. This is the scope team. We've entered the habitation sector of the wreckage. Many mutilated bodies and cryopods float in the void. We've been able to pinpoint the exact area of the unusual readings. I can recover the floating cryopods. That seems like it's going to cost me a lot. Because I probably don't have enough space for any of these people yet. Seeing as I do have a lot of alloys, and I do have a lot of tech... Thought I upgraded these as well. Queue this one up after the drone bay is done. Seeing as I have a lot of tech, I should be able to get a couple more domotics quarters. I can just put 2 more side by side. There. Power looks good. Trust is -1-3. Everybody's happy except for Sector 3. And that should get mitigated right about now. There we go. Sector Trust is complete. Going right back up. Excellent. We now have enough data to analyze the Piranesi missile tech. The associated research project can be launched in the tech lab. Very good. Slowly but steadily we're learning more about the Piranesi. And hopefully that's going to be enough to keep the ship alive. Anyway, that's it for now. Next episode, continuing the research, continuing looking into what happened to the Atamananki, and especially the depressurized R&D district is something that has me really interested. Continuing to upgrade, continuing to work on the Tycoon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon for more.